this was supposed to deal with. Because, for example, in this situation with the DPRK and the Korean Peninsula, we have the U.S. giving a nuclear umbrella to Japan and the ROK. And so that has put a situation where the DPRK was at a disadvantage. And it didn't seem that, I didn't see that brought up when people were considering the problem of the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Was that brought up at all, or is there any consideration of such a situation? Thank you.
There was an important discussion in the conference about the role of the threat of the use of nuclear weapons and its role in the security doctrines. In that case, the conference decided to include in the Article 1 on prohibitions, precisely a prohibition that is included in 1.d. This is a prohibition on the use or threaten to use nuclear weapons or other nuclear explosive devices. And many delegates were precisely mentioning the impact that this norm will have on precisely on the security doctrines and in the shaping of the new let's say security doctrines for the future.
Sorry, my name is Tsuchiya from Kyoto News, Japan. You said that you are confident that the treaty will be adopted tomorrow, and it will be a historical moment. But our government, Japanese government, which has special status as a country which was attacked by nuclear weapons in the past, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but they will not be there tomorrow. Would you give me some comments about that? And then you need 2/3 of vote to adopt it. Is it correct? That's it.
Yes, I will not make reference to specific cases, as each government has explained, and the Japanese delegation also took the floor during the inaugural session, and they explained the reasons for which they made the decision. So I will not comment on that. Yes, the rules of procedure have included the possibility of making decisions by 2/3 majority when faced with substantive issues. That is included as the rules of procedure adopted by the conference.
I'm wondering, and I very much hope that this treaty is adopted tomorrow, how will you deal with the Security Council, whose permanent members all have nuclear weapons? And the ambassador of Uruguay made a superb comment yesterday as they were talking about sanctioning the DPRK for nuclear weapons. And he said, at this moment, there is a conference to prohibit nuclear weapons, and yet not only North Korea, but every single nuclear weapon state has boycotted or not attended or participated in the conference. So if your treaty is adopted and the kind of double standards exist in the Security Council for which it's notorious, will you be able to deal with that in any ongoing way? Because it would seem to me that the enormous value of this treaty is to be able to apply a single standard as opposed to the double standards?
I think the importance of this treaty to become a general norm in international law is to be able to sign it and to have it become a legal reality when it enters into force. I think that is the first thing that we have to focus on, to see that the treaty enter into force and to start the implementation phase of the treaty. From there, then the Conference of State Parties will be dealing with the issue of how to address the different categories of states in the international community and how to interact and to engage with the nuclear states, the nuclear possessors. So the first thing is to adopt it, sign it, and have it enter into force. I think that is the first, and once that happens, the Conference of State Parties is going to be the institutional mechanisms to deal with the questions that you have raised and all the challenges and tasks of developing the norm into a regime, functioning regime. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope to see you tomorrow after the conference. Thank you. Good afternoon.